It's the homie Cool, man. Before we get this thing started, I'm gonna need y'all to like, share, subscribe to the crib, man. First and foremost, man. But yeah, we about to get into this Brockton Hibachi sushi restaurant situation. You know, a young 22-year-old young man got deleted in front of everybody in the restaurant, kids and adults, and you know, wasn't biased, you know, at all. Everybody could see it, you feel me? And you know, it's unfortunate, but I want to get some game, you feel me? Because we got to learn from these things, you know? And I want to say rest in peace to homie, too, because at the end of the day, I don't know the situation. I ain't finna just speak on a situation, about a situation, you know what I mean? But, you know, rest in peace to him. But listen, you know, when you from a certain area, right? And you know people don't like you, for whatever reason it is, you know what I'm saying? You got to move with understanding. You got to understand the elements, you know what I'm saying, of what's going on in your life. You feel me? So, you know, I know when we playing this game, we play in the street, you know, we tend to get to a point where, you know, we want companionship as well. We want a girl. We go through a lot of trauma, a lot of PTSD. We want some comfort. We want some support constantly, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes our judgment isn't the best because we got a female that we got to cater to. We got to take her out to eat. Got to spend time with her. You know, we got to just, you know, continue to do what we did to achieve or, you know, to make them our significant other. So that comes into play, but we got to understand that, you know, you playing a serious game too. And the girl that you with, she got to understand that you in this game too. So it should be nothing to go out of town to get something to eat. Providence got way better food. Facts. Way better options in terms of restaurants. You know what I'm saying? And what we have to understand as well is that when we go to these places to eat, a lot of people want to eat good. You know what I mean? Like, cuisine is literally one of the main components to existing. So everyone's going to have to eat. So the more the food is better, the more people are going to go get this food. You dig what I'm trying to say? So we have to think about that, right? So when you know your situation, you know you got smoke out there. If you're going to go out to eat, make sure it's not anywhere where it's a higher probability that you're going to run into somebody that you know. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, try to reduce it. You feel me? Like, a lot of times we get lucky and we don't see people. But a lot of times we don't get lucky and we do see people. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, we all had our days where we try to stay low key and then boom, we get spotted. You feel me? As soon as we leave the spot, somebody see us, right? Pull over, whatever the case is. So if you could be seen, you could be touched. If you could be touched, you could be deleted. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand that, right? So the first thing that's most important in terms of, you know, just surviving is making sure that you ain't seen, homie. You know what I mean? You can't be seen. You can't be in these places, right? So you got to move a certain way. You know, another crazy thing with the situation is that it happened in a restaurant, man. Like, that's some real hitman, real, like, Godfather, real cartel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was a real brazen act. You feel me? Like, you know, and to do it with no gloves and no mask, from what I seen, you feel me? Homie walked up in there. I guess he got a tip. Allegedly, he got a tip from his man. You know, his man spotted homie in the restaurant dining. And then he went outside and spoke with the homies in the vehicle, allegedly, and pretty much broke it down like, yo, you know what I mean? And then one thing led to the next. And now, you know, the other homie that was in the car, he in the restaurant now with a container for food, walking around the restaurant. He walked right up to homie. You know what I mean? Can I take your order? Can I take your order? You feel me? Got the deleting right there. So, you know, he ain't had no mask on. Like, they put it on the news just to increase the probability of finding somebody that knows who this person is. And he got ratted out. They found him. You know what I mean? They found him quick. And, you know, I guess he's from this all ties into Brockton. I guess they all from Brockton or whatever the case may be. So, you know, it's crazy because this situation is going to be remembered for a long time. Like, there was a kid in there, you know what I mean? Probably like 4 years old that got left at the table by themselves because they, you know, their parent or their guardian had went to the bathroom or did whatever they was doing while the deleting got going, you know what I mean? And they deleting And the kid's right there, like, watching it, you feel me? Like, not even ducking, not even hiding. Everyone else is running in the restaurant. So now this kid is traumatized, just seeing somebody get deleted, didn't even know what was going on. And they're feet away from, somebody getting deleted, you feel me? So it's just like, it's so many lessons in this situation. Like, don't leave your kid by themselves in a restaurant. Everything's going down in public places now, supermarkets, movie theaters, churches, massage parlors, nail salons. You know what I mean? Like restaurants, like schools, like it's so crazy that the places that we thought were safe are no longer safe. So we got to understand, we got to start using Instacart a little more. You feel me? We got to start Uber Eats, DoorDashing a little more, you know what I mean? Or traveling further, you feel me? Because, nowadays, you feel me, leaving the crib, you don't know what could happen. You know what I mean? You could get it just going to the supermarket. And it's just because someone else had a bad day. And because you did, you feel me? So we got to understand these things. And, homie, you got caught. Well, you didn't get caught because you're still fighting the situation. So who knows? But you got charged with before the fact. That's way worse than after the fact. Because after the fact, getting charged with murder after the fact is pretty much, okay, it happened and you stayed with the person, right? That doesn't mean you had anything to do with the actual murder. Now, murder before the fact means that you played a part in knowing that this was going to happen. So you could have prevented it. That's the main thing that they're going to, come at you for. So that falls into like premeditation in a form of knowing that was going to happen. So premeditation is one of the main factors for getting charged with first degree murder. Like second degree means there was no premeditation, So when premeditation is involved, that's when they heighten the sentence. So you might get a 20 to 30, bro. If it was after the fact, you might have got a 3 to 5. Before, you might get a 20 to 30 just from being there. You ain't even get to deleting, homie. You feel me? So it's all bad, bro, for all parties, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna get smoked, man. You know what I mean? Because I'm hearing that the police grabbed one of the homies at the spot with a firearm. You know what I mean? So if that's the same firearm, you're all set, bro. Because they already got you on camera. You feel me? And they got people who identified you and they're gonna grab you. And then if that is the same weapon, you are all set. I'm talking about they're gonna throw you under. And it's crazy because I seen the arraignment photos, and one of them was smiling. I think the one that was smiling in the photo, he's the one who got, he's the lead actor. You know what I mean? He's a superstar in the situation. And it's cool now because you got your 15 minutes of fame. But when you up in that chain gang and you up there for real, and you run into his cousins or someone else from his area, whatever the case is, because, that universe, that prison, that jail universe is real small. It's big, but it's real small at the same time, bro. Like, it's not going to be fun no more. You going to wish you're not famous, bro, because you famous now. Yeah. Hopefully you had some music already, you know what I mean? Ready to roll, have somebody drop that, because you famous now, bro. You a superstar, so they going to definitely know your face. They going to definitely know about you. They going to definitely heard about you. You know what I mean? Is you ready for that type of clout? It's cool now, right? But man, everyone should just be thankful that didn't get, hurt. There was no other casualties besides that one young man. But everyone else should just be thankful, because if the shooter's mental health was even worse than it actually was, that could have been everybody in there. That could have been that little kid too. You know what I mean? Like, he could have just went up in there and got deleted. He could have just pressed the delete button and didn't let go and just aimed at everybody. You feel me? So I just, want people to understand how easy it is to go out here. And it's harder to survive. You know what I'm saying? You got to increase your probability of surviving by making better decisions. Like, every day is a math test, bro. You feel me? You got to make the best decisions. You got to pick. There's multiple choices. Should I do A, B, C, or D? You dig what I'm saying? So we got to take these things into consideration when we go into public places, restaurants, churches, movie theaters, gyms. You know what I mean? It can go down anywhere, bro. Trains, buses. You feel me? whatever the situation is, ferries, boats, all of that. You know what I mean? Like, it's real, the club, you feel me? Like, there's no situation that I could say that it can't happen at, because they don't got metal detectors everywhere. They ain't hiring security everywhere. Everybody's cheap, bro. No one really cares about securing themselves. They don't understand that they need to be alive in order to enjoy the fruits of their labor. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's going to be a lot more GoFundMes, you know what I mean? It's not going to stop there, man. You know, this is just going to create, you know, more deleting, you feel me? On both sides of the, you know, the coin, man. So, you know, man, like, share, subscribe to this content, man. Y'all stay safe out there. We at the crib. Let's go.